Today, our country stands at a crossroad. Galamsey is getting out of hand. The greed of few who believe they have to destroy our environment to make ends meet is going unchecked. We only perhaps make an effort but unable to nip it in the bud. We must all collectively talk about it. Else, there will be no country for us. I'm sure you're tired of the I do you, you do me vicious cycle of political persecution instead of political parties proceeding to launch straight into the agenda of their manifesto to better the life of the people. What politicians often think is by bringing down their opponents, that would make them clean and that would make them popular. Unfortunately, that is leading to an unfortunate situation where Ghana's progress is still way behind. Why is it that political leaders often take the people's mandate for granted? We come into office with so much ambition. We come into office with so much goodwill. Then all we think about is how to bring the opponent down. So for instance, we recently celebrated the victory of our friends in government. All too soon, December will come and 1 year will be gone. And the question is, what have they to show? The youth unemployment situation. Have they added on to the unemployment, or they've taken more of the youth into employment? These are the real questions. Let's not spend our time on social media abusing one another. Let us spend the time to question policies and show patriotism and be determined to make Ghana a better place. When our friends were in opposition, they were very loud on their desire to fight Galamsey. I think enough of the rhetorics. The situation is real. In my own constituency, we cannot get safe water to drink because of Galamsey. And I know many people who are going through difficult times because of this. Let us fight this together. Else there will be no Ghana for us. This destructive practice is stealing your future. It is robbing farmers of fertile soil, poisoning the water of our children, and destroying the environment you and I must inherit. If we allow Galamsey to continue unchecked, then we are complicit in selling tomorrow for today's greed. I therefore challenge you, the youth, to be at the forefront of this fight, to speak up, protect our rivers, and to insist on sustainable ways of harnessing Ghana's natural resources.
Now, let me also correct this. That impression that 8 months is too short a time for anybody to deal with Galamsey is the lamest, laziest, the most lackadaisical response from any group of persons.
How so?
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when he was voted into office in 2017, in April 2017, placed a ban on all forms of mining. That was his first action against the fight Galamsey. For 20 months, close to 2 years, Nana Addo placed a ban on Galamsey and started reorganizing the mining sector. Guess what? By the time we got to 17 December 2018, all CSOs, all media persons led by City at the time said that, Mr. President, where we have reached, we think at this point we can lift the ban. And then based on all the things we have introduced, now have a proper view of the situation and the space and fix it. You, City, have on your portal videos and documentaries of the river bodies having been cleared from this color.
Improved.
No, not cleared from this color to a much more cleaner water as at 2018, as at 2019. You even have a report in 2021 where you were showing how the Afenyo River is improving and clearing up.
Yeah.
So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo proved that you can actually take action on Galamsey in 3 months when you come to office. And when you do that, there would actually be results. Let me tell you what happened to Akufo-Addo. No, I'm coming. Let me tell you what happened to Akufo-Addo. When Akufo-Addo inherited the Galamsey menace in 2017, because if the Galamsey menace was not there, there was no way in 3 months he was going to place a ban. You agree with me? So that lie, that falsehood, the president peddled at the media engagement, which they peddled for 8 years whilst we were in office, should be thrown in the bin. Galamsey was actually a creation under the NDC at the time when John Mahama was vice president. It was rather Akufo-Addo who came to inherit this and made attempt to fix it. But when Akufo-Addo came, he was the one who embraced the media and CSOs in the fight against Galamsey. And that was the time when your reporters were with the military men in the helicopter. And they were holding their cameras covering Galamsey. That was Akufo-Addo's undoing. When he opened up the space and brought everybody's eyes into the fight, then people became more enlightened. And the more people became enlightened, the more people became alarmed. So guess what? When former President Mahama won power in 2013 and became president, Galamsey was already festering. So he set up a task force led by Honorable Eunice Afuseni. By 2016, the task force actually announced that they have given up on the fight against Galamsey. It's on record, it's on your portal, it's on MindJoy, it's on every portal. Mahama Yariga said that, I called EPA, I called Minerals Commission, I called all these people and told them that, look, it doesn't look like we can win this fight. Yes. It's on record. It's on record. And that is what led to, and this was in September 2016, and that is what led to the conversation about Galamsey coming up again in the last quarter of 2016 towards the elections. Then Akufo-Addo said, this is my solution. When I come, I'm going to introduce alternative ways of doing this thing and some responsible mining. And that is what led to him taking decisive action in his first 3 months when he became president.
The issue of foreigners in Galamsey, this government has not been truthful to us. When Aisha Oman was deported without being prosecuted, you took issue with that. You wrote and criticized Osafo Mafu for this. This government seems to have the same policy. When Muntaka met the press, he said, when we catch foreigners in Galamsey, we will deport them. He didn't say they will prosecute them. He was very bold and told the media that when a foreigner is caught, we will deport you. That is a complete betrayal of the position you and other leading members of your party took in opposition.
So, once again, as a cabinet minister, I'm not aware that there's been a cabinet decision against prosecutions and that we should just deport. I think that at that point, the Honorable Muntaka was offering probably a personal, analysis of the situation, because as a cabinet minister, I do know that there's been no cabinet position on that matter. And my personal position on this is still consistent, that there should be prosecution. We have to treat everybody equally. You prosecute, they should serve time if they are found guilty, and then after which they can be deported. We shouldn't have an animal farm situation. We shouldn't have a situation where it's as though we are treating foreigners better than we treat our own people, especially when sometimes they are the ones who are the real, culprits who are bringing in all these chamfines and these excavators. So, sometimes we need to really look at the context. 9 months in office. Yeah, I'm confident that these things will be done. Some of them are being done already. About 44 forests have been reclaimed. And look, let me be very honest with you, that on Galamsey, I believe that we can do better. And all of these propositions I made in the past, I still stand by them. Look, at the ministry, when given the opportunity, I hold here the KPIs. This is the first time in the history of our country that the foreign ministry has come up with KPIs for our ambassadors. All our high commissioners and ambassadors, our envoys, must meet these targets. And if you fall short, it's now in the appointment letters that the president signed. It is basis for you to be dismissed. I wish we replicate this in the regions and the districts and have Galamsey there, where if in 6 months you are not able to stop Galamsey, it means you are complicit. So these are positions I hold dear. I still believe in them. Look, if we cannot be decisive, if we can't have conviction, if we cannot say that, look, there are some things that money, material gain should not get in the way politics should not get in the way. Then,
Minister,
Now, when we were seriously challenged after all the interventions we've done, the drones, the water guards, the community mining, the reclamation, all of them, when we're still challenged with these things. And I'll tell you where the challenges were coming from. When we're still challenged with this thing, we came out openly to tell everybody in this country that, hey, the nemesis that is facing us, the challenges that we have, the Galamsey war that is crippling into our communities, let us decouple politics from it and deal with the matter. Because the miners, they are Ghanaians. One, the miners, they are largely not politicians. Today, go to the communities. All the MPP miners have now handed over their tools to the NDC people, miners.
Or the miners are MPP and NDC.
Oh, they will tell you that your government is in power, so you now front it. Because when the people come and it is me, an MPP person.
Why did you get this?
Oh, I live in a mining community.
But it's true.
I live in a mining community.
We have not heard of this.
Look, I am telling you, all the miners who were MPP or who has affiliations with MPP have handed over their tools to the NDC miners. The NDC people have now invested heavily in mining. When we were telling you that, hey, let us decouple politics away from this nemesis and come together and fight this, what did they tell us?
No.
They told us to our face that they would never. How does light even, come into contact with darkness? Sami Genfi. They would never. Felix told us that we are the government, the people, the taxpayers have given us their resources. We have the mandate. We should fight Galamsey. They made it an Ekufuado problem. They made it an MPP problem. We suffered the consequences. For the first time in this country, we had bishops demonstrating for what? Mining. For the first time in this country. For the first time in this country, we have lecturers in Accra, UPSA, Legon, Gimpa, Wisconsin, lecturers who not KUSC. Here, they sat here and declared war on mining. Went on strike against the government on mining. We had young Ghanaians that were demonstrating in front of 37. 37, oh. Yeah. Against mining. Look, mining was weaponized. Galamsey was weaponized against us.